So I'm here at Snow Summit training for the US Nationals, sessioning 10-ply. One thing I want to try out today is trying out a bottom bracket weight. So I got like a 2-pound scuba weight here. I'm going to strap it to underside right here. Put some of that rubbery tape right there so that the zip ties can actually like latch onto something and then it'll rattle. I got some stronger 120-pound zip ties, hoping they'll do the trick. And a nice little padding down here on this frame to help kind of mount it. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's worth it at all, or it's just a gimmick, or if a more amateur rider like myself won't even know the difference. But the 10-ply trail is very steep, very rough at sections, and you can see that there could be a benefit kind of stabilizing the bike, especially through the brake bumps. So let's see how it goes. All right, so this is what I ended up with. Got to double up on the zip ties because it weren't long enough. Went on one side and left some room to tighten it down. Wiggles a little bit, but I think it's because it's mounted on rubber a little bit. But I think it'll do the trick. Yeah, let's give it a shot. All right, there's the bottom of the track. Yeah, so I've been really wanting to try out adding weight. Everybody's been doing that on the World Cup circuit, and even bike manufacturers are adding little provisions for weight. So I figured, why not give it a shot? It's not too expensive, not too risky, could be fun. I went for the full-on, just 2 pounds, instead of just kind of incrementally going up, just to see if I can actually feel a difference. But I think this might be a little fun. All right, let's do this. Run with a 2-pound weight. Kind of feels heavier, with no other benefit yet. See how it feels in the steeps. Thank you. Oh, initial impressions. I feel like I have a lot more inertia. Some of the steeper stuff is pulling me down more, being a little bit harder to brake. Not really noticing much of a difference on the chunkiness as far as like settling down. Could be that I just don't carry enough speed to really make that big of a difference. But do a couple more runs and see how it feels at the end. अब सुन मेरो कुरा म कोट कडप गर्छु होला बिस्तारै सबै कुरा
कोठाभित्र पागल चाहिँ गराउँदैछु विभिन्न प्रश्न अघि बन्छ सबले भेट्न विपक्षवादीहरूले मारिजान्छु जेलमा खेलमा यहाँ एक्लै नै खेल्दैछु हार र जित बाल सबलाई म पेल्दैछु अकल मन्द अविनाशी एउटा खोज छु म अक्षर छन्द अतुल्य एउटा सोच छु म दास्ने होइन मलाई त जस्तो छारीसँग लड्ने हरेक युद्ध सासले हार्न मानिसम्म जान्दिन म लड्याउन मलाई कुरा काट्न आउँदैन चुपचाप पारा तर सङ्केपछि भ्याउँदैन मेरो बोली सिधै मिठो छ काव्यमा शब्द छिटो छ बनाइ मात्र होइन खेलमा प्रहार मेरो छिटो छ छिटो त छिटो त छिटो छ
Two runs with the weight, noticing a difference for sure. Bike is heavier, harder to maneuver, has more inertia running through as you enter in corners. I could be more stable and just plowing through things. I think that's what it is, just the heavier weight. It just makes you plow right through things and it feels okay. So now what I did is cut the weight off, and now I'm going to do a couple runs without the weight and see if I'm noticing a difference. Yeah, we'll see. And no weight, the bike already feels a little less planted. Crazy how 2 pounds can make such a difference. It's all good, don't worry about it. All good. Oh, no rear tire. Was it the tire or the rim? So the final verdict on the 2 pound weight that I was running after doing a run, also without it, just to get a feel for it, is that it does make a difference. Even though it's just 2 pounds, it feels like the bike is heavier. It's harder to manipulate, especially kind of pulling up on jumps. You do have more inertia, so you're able to carry more speed into the corners on the chunky parts, which means that it gives you the impression that it's harder to slow down because you are carrying more speed into it. So it does feel more settled, but the downside is that in those sections where you really need to manipulate the bike, it is a little bit more unwieldy. Possibly could go down to 1 pound and kind of get the best of both worlds, or you might just not really feel a difference at all. But for that, I think for an amateur, it's not that beneficial to run the extra weight. I think if you're a pro and you're looking for those marginal gains and you really are tuned in with your bike, that could be really beneficial. But for how cheap it is to try, I think it's worth giving a shot. Could be something fun to do for people. Will I run it for Templi for the US Nationals? I'm not sure. I might. My times did indicate that I was more confident through the sections that were chunky with the weight. But I did have a little bit harder time towards some of the tighter sections where you really have to manipulate the bike. Trail One is my biggest supporter, and they make some very well thought out components, each of which gives back to the trails that we ride. Check them out and use the code SupportTheTrails-Pete for a discount at checkout.